Greetings, free thinkers. Welcome to the Hoggcast. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing fine. I certainly am. Okay, what do we have for you on today's episode? We have for you an article to go over. Just goes to show you it's the entitlement, isn't it? It's the taint of the woke mind virus that's permeating through the education system on both sides of the pond. This is a story how a female teacher at a £20,000 a year girls' school, private school, okay, so these are upper middle class types. The female teacher came in one afternoon and all she said was, right, this is what caused the trouble. All she said to the girls in the class, because it was an all-girls school, "Good evening, girls. Good afternoon, girls." That's all she said. Quote, "Good afternoon, girls," unquote. Doing this caused some massive fallout at the school because there was a person in the classroom who identified as a they, them. Yeah? And we'll get into the article. Just it's a social contagion. It's like a moral panic over nothing, really. It's just we've lost our way as a society. We don't really know who we are or what we stand for anymore. Yeah, so we invent end of society kind of bullshit type situations for insert reason. I mean, I don't know why we're doing all of this, right, as a society. I mean, what's it all in aid of? I mean, what's it for? Anyway, look, let's get into the article. If you haven't yet, though, please like the video, subscribe to the Hoggcast, hit the notification bell and share the video around. Okay, let's go. Okay, so the article starts, teacher claims that she was left humiliated after being ordered to apologise to 11-year-olds at a private girls' school for calling them girls. She correctly identified the girls in her class as girls. That was her crime. This is the society we've created. Congratulations, leftists, postmodernists. Bosses at the £20,000 a year school told the woman to deliver the mea culpa after her class complained that she had said "Good afternoon, girls." Dun dun dun. At the start of the lesson. After being told by the pupils that, quote, "not everyone here identifies as female," she arrived in the class the following day to find that they had pointedly written their names and pronouns on the board, including the one who used they, them. So you can see that this had enraged the trans clergy to such an extent that even though just saying "good afternoon, girls," that was it, this caused like a peasant's revolt, like an uproar, to the point that when she arrived the next day, this self-invented problem had lingered to the point where they had written their names and their pronouns on the board. Do you know what I mean? It's like they want a problem. We seem to be in a situation in the West now where people deliberately look for problems, if you know what I mean. They want to be a victim, yeah, because then they become like they transcend in the totem pole of intersectionality, yeah. It's like a lava lamp, you know, where some of the lava goes up and some goes down. That's the totem pole of intersectionality. You have to keep on top by being a victim. It's paradoxical, isn't it? So last night, the philosophy and religious education teacher spoke of her belief that she was managed out by senior staff at the prestigious institution. Yeah, she would be. This sounds completely feasible to me. You've seen what leftists do. The second you engage in blasphemy, the second you engage in apostasy, the woke clergy, the woke inquisition will grill you Yeah, they will expel you, not the students. Yeah, you. So she says that she was managed out, or in other words, they conspired to get her out. But this was even after that she was forced to publicly apologise to the girls for simply saying, "Good afternoon, girls." That's it. She needed to apologise for it. The woman who gave evidence last week to an ongoing review into the child and adolescence, that phrase, I'm not going to say it because, it's YouTube, led by paediatrician Dr. Hilary Cass, said the problems began in May of 21 after some Year 7 students complained when she greeted the classroom with the dreaded phrase, "Good afternoon, girls." After being told that not everyone identifies as a female, one pupil stood up and challenged her to acknowledge their pronouns. Make no mistake what this is. This is their religious attempt to get you to buckle. Right, this pupil needed the teacher to buckle. After being she stood up and said, "I need you to acknowledge my pronouns. It's not good enough that we can coexist. You need to identify you need to acknowledge my pronouns, right? And you need to say this, you need to say that, you need to address me as this and that." It's like they think just because they are a they and them, suddenly they are a supreme authority on everything. They're not just transitioning. It's like a transition from mortal to immortal. Yeah, you become like this sage of spirit, moral smugness. So you can dictate to everyone and say, "Well, you need to change this and you need to change that." Yeah, because if not, then you're this, you're that, and so on and so on. But the teacher, who has requested anonymity to protect the pupils, replied that if their pronouns differed from their biological sex, she would need to involve the parents. The teacher then said she sought guidance from the head of year about what to do if a pupil was experiencing this, a term used to describe a mismatch between that's just crap. I'm not going to say that either. Because it's really one and the same thing, isn't it? These two. Really, you can play word games, blah blah blah, but it is. You got men. There's men and women, okay. But her superior allegedly told her that she had no knowledge of the terminology or whether any communications had been had with parents on the issue. The students then held a lunchtime protest. These are not pupils in a school. These are young activists. Make no mistake about it. Like in the Middle East, where young Muslim boys, they go to a madrasa where they become, for all intents and purposes, indoctrinated or radicalized into the core tenets of their beliefs, which haven't changed for 1,400 years. Well, the left are the same. Our public schools and even now our private schools are becoming woke madrasas, where pupils are indoctrinated into the woke faith, which is the end times. It's the end times faith, in my opinion. They were warned about the left in general, what they've become, because they, in my opinion, they never were liberals. I think they just used that word as a Trojan horse, in my opinion. Leftists and liberals aren't the same thing. I used to think they were. Most people still use the word interchangeably, but I don't think they're the same. I don't see what is liberal about the left. I mean, tell me. So these 11-year-old students, they went on a bloody protest during their lunch break. Instead of playing, just hanging out as kids do, they were on a woke protest. I mean, come that should tell you that there's something wrong in society. There's a cultural deficiency happening in the West. I was told that they even made placards with slogans such as this here, right? Where are 11-year-olds getting this from? Do you see what I mean? Did they get any help from the other teachers? I've got a sneaking suspicion they did. That's what I think. Yeah, that's what I think. Before the end of the week, I was in some sort of disciplinary process, and the head of year was telling me I had to apologise to the girls for simply saying "Good afternoon, girls." She should never apologise. You should never apologise to the left for anything, because once you do, they've got you there, and that's it. Because from the left's perspective, if you apologise, you've admitted that you're in the wrong, and because they see themselves as morally superior to you in every way, if you're wrong, then they're right. Yeah, that's the way that the left sees everything in a binary. It's like, this is where the NPC meme comes from, because the left are so predictable like that. If this is good, that is bad. Yeah, that's the way they tend to see things. So apologising, that's it. You're done. You become what is in the woke ideology or the woke religion, a sinner. Their version of a sinner. Once you apologise, you have sin. You've sinned against intersectionality. She said she spoke to the children on my behalf, saying no one here would want to hurt you and you're all really loved by us. She then worded the apology in terms of, I am sorry you're upset and we didn't mean to offend. I'm sorry you felt bad. It was pretty humiliating and embarrassing. The teacher said the problem started less than a week after the sixth form's diversity and inclusion prefects delivered an assembly on gender and pronouns. The sixth form, you know what they are? You know what a diversity and inclusion prefect is, don't you? It's a political commissar. They're political commissars, okay? Call them what you will, right? You want to call them a diversity and inclusion prefect, just do it. But they are political commissars, yeah? During the session, I bet that's who also encouraged them to make the placards and protest. There is a sickness in society. These people are operating without restraint. They're operating without any kind of consequences for their actions. Yeah. So during the session, the 17 and 18-year-old political commissars showed a video discussing the usual stuff, the usual indoctrination stuff. The tutor believes that as a result of her refusal to capitulate to her students' demands, she was managed out. Yes, that's exactly what happened. Because you're not allowed to dissent. Yeah, they don't accept any apostasy. They don't accept any blasphemy. They don't accept anyone who is trying to leave their woke ideological plantation, man. Yeah. Yeah, so look, they're saying they defended the move, saying it was necessary to protect its schools. Oh no, sorry. She said that the head teacher rejected her application to remain at the school after her one-term contract came to an end. Of course. The Girls' Day School Trust, a group of 25 schools and academies, attracted attention in January after it controversially updated its gender identity policy to ban applications from students who are legally, well, the transitioning folk, yeah? So yeah, that's the article. So all of this explosion of woke intolerance came about because a teacher said, and I'm quoting her, Good afternoon, girls. That's it. And these are the people who want to lecture you on tolerance. I'll leave it there. See you in the next one. Goodbye.